Hi, I welcome you all to this session on Java Server Pages. Okay, this is the beginning of Unit 4. Okay, so far we have been studying about two types of technologies. That is, first one is the client-side technologies, right? So before starting, user should definitely have some knowledge about HTML, JavaScript, and I mean coming to the client side and coming to the server side, it is servlets. Okay. So in client side, additionally we have worked upon some front-end designing tools like AngularJS and one technology, a markup language called as XML. Okay, these also we have studied as additional activities. Now let us see first what is done in the server-side processing or server-side programming. The first one that is done in the servlet is that your HTTP request and response objects are being carried out in the HTTP request and response objects. Okay, so that particular activity is completely handled by one dedicated object called as servlet. Okay, dedicated object called as servlet, and this servlet was completely responsible to handle the request as well as response at the same time. Okay, now if you concentrate on the next aspect of JSP, before that I would like to focus on a few aspects on what are the various activities that JSP is trying to perform. Here in JSP it is a Java server page. Okay, so JSP is a very well known concept in your web technologies. Okay, so this is actually an advanced concept, and this also works on this requires one server, and here we are using Tomcat Apache Software Foundation server. Okay, we call it as Tomcat server. Okay. So JSP is used to develop dynamic web pages and to build dynamic websites. Okay. So JSP provides developer to do less hard work and better work output. You will appreciate looking at the type of coding that you will be doing in this JSP. Okay. So JSP works with HTTP protocols, and JSP provides various tags to make these JSP pages. In order to run this JSP, we need a web server. So that's where your Tomcat is coming into picture. Since all your servlets already you have worked on this Tomcat server installation process, we will now see what is JRUN, okay, and JBoss. Okay, and apart from this, there is WebLogic or WebSphere that is developed by IBM. Okay, so these are all four alternative technologies that you can, alternative server technologies that you can actually work upon. Alternative, that is, it's not essential that you need to do all the four. No, alternative, one or the other. Okay, so now coming to how do you configure this JSP? When you write any server-side scripting in JSP, it is JSP's easiest and powerful scripting language because it is compiled by the web container. Okay, and JSP is used for making dynamic web pages to interact with the end user with the help of JSP form or HTML form. So JSP technology provides a simplified, fast way to create dynamic web content. Okay. And JSP also enables rapid development of web-based applications that are server independent and platform independent. Okay. So JSP simply puts your Java inside these HTML pages. Okay. So how easy it would be? Very simple, right? You need not learn a new programming language altogether, new technology altogether, and where do I embed? All these things will become so easy and error-free that you can delegate the front-end designing activity to the HTML tags, and in between the HTML tags, you simply embed the Java programming code also. Okay, so Java is being turned into a Java file that is compiled and loaded, and this compilation only happens once. So after the first load, the file doesn't take long to load anymore. So every time you change the JSP file, it will be recompiled again. Okay, so that is what is JSP all about. So every JSP page will have a corresponding servlet which is generated by JSP engine, and here the JSP page, here the JSP engine are two important aspects of the server-side technology. Okay. Now let me draw a small line between the servlet and the JSP, that is two alternative technologies. How do they reside with each other? Okay. So corresponding to the servlet for JSP, suppose in your JSP, you can see that the client is sending a request to the JSP. Okay, JSP will check, verify whether it is valid request or not. If it is valid, then it will go to compilation process and give you the bytecode, that is the Java bytecode of the program, and the servlet will take care of the remaining activities. But whereas if it is not valid, then it will directly send it to the servlet. That means it doesn't have any Java code, then it will directly execute, it will send it to the servlet, which will take care of the remaining activities. Okay, and now if you compare with both these technologies together, a servlet which contains business logic and HTML tags are written together, that means it is tightly coupled, and whereas JSP contains business logic and HTML tags which are written separately. Okay, so servlet contains the business logic and HTML tags which are both are written together, but whereas in JSP the business logic and the HTML tags are written separately. All together it is separate, and it is very clear also for the programmer to understand what is the application requirement and what is his solution. Okay. Now let's see how do you run JSP, or what is JSP platform. Most of the web servers support all platforms like Linux, Windows, Sun Solaris, then Apple Macintosh, etc. But JSP takes advantage of Java platform independent. Okay, because Java being platform independent, it is highly suitable for these web applications, because all these web applications are launched through browsers, and browsers support, almost all the browsers support all the operating systems, and there is no platform dependency existing on any of these websites. Okay. So now you can observe that if you compare JSP with servlet, the servlet contains the business logic and HTML tags which are both written together. So JSP is a dynamic file which looks like a HTML file, but the HTML content is always static. That means it is just going to throw away the few design elements or a few components on the web page, like the color. It gives color to your components, etc. But JSP can be interactive pages and communicate with database, and more controllable by the programmer. Okay, JSP is executed on the web server with the help of Java compiler. And JSP can contain text, images, hyperlinks, and all can be in the HTML page. So it is saved by the extension of .jsp. Okay, and JSP, you can see alternatives are, previously, before this advanced technology of JSP have come up, we had ASP, that is Active Server Pages, which is also given by Microsoft Technologies, and ASP needs IIS, that is Internet Information Services, to run. These are actually old technologies. We are just giving you as a brief review of what was existing before your JSP. You should also have little knowledge. So mostly ASP is run on Windows operating system, and if needed to run on other operating systems also, it is possible, but it needs some extra tools. Okay. So JSP is almost same but provided by some microsystems. So JSP is first compiled and then you make a servlet out of it. Okay? But all ASP and JSP take the request from the browser and then process this request by the server. That is, web server is essential for both of the technologies. And obviously the client browser will receive the response out of it. So when the web server gets a request, it compiles this code, and the JSP or ASP and output from this code is given back to that particular request. HTML is having the static content, and request doesn't go to the server for processing. So it processes almost on client side on client's browser. All these are client browsers. Okay. So what we can do with JSP, we will see it in the next session, because it is now going to begin your tags and all the coding activities. Thank you.